Hello my lovelies, welcome back to another episode. Is it even an episode? What was that? What were we even calling this? Thank you for jumping in on my continued Mounjaro journey and weight loss. Just to touch upon what was mentioned in the last video. So I lost last time of 1.5 pounds, not quite the 3 pounds that I put on the previous week, but again that wasn't anything to do with fat, that was to do with inflammation and water. And that was 1.5 pounds lost after a week of only doing some walking. I weren't doing any swimming, I wasn't doing any gym. So just goes to show you can still do it even if you are just resting. So I'm on my way now to do a walk. You may notice I'm in the car. God knows how I'm in the car at the minute because, well, it's all going to be doomsday eventually, isn't it? With the price of fuel and all that. I certainly am cutting down my car journeys purely because I can't bloody afford to be driving about everywhere. But I'm going to go for a walk. I just wanted to sort of say that this weekend that just went was really good. It was my youngest's sort of birthday coming up, because I have them at every other weekend. I was able to sort of celebrate it. We opened up presents and all sorts of stuff. It was lovely. It was great. They had a great time, the girls did. But I spent some time obviously with my mum and dad as well, so they got to see their grandparents. And something my dad said, which I thought explained things quite a lot. So he's, for other reasons, he's seeing I don't know what you would call them, some medical person anyway. That sounds very intellectual, doesn't it? Some medical person. And he apparently mentions to them about myself, what I'm doing, my own journey. And he said, you know, he does a lot of exercise, but what will happen is, you know, his clothes feel looser, and then he will go on the scales, and like the last time he did, he's put on 3 pounds, and it just doesn't seem to make sense. And he told me that she said this sort of way of looking at it, which does actually make a lot of sense. So what they said to him was, right, imagine this is fat, imagine this is muscle, right? This both weighs the same, okay? And yet the fat is this size and the muscle is this size, which is why if you're replacing this with this, if you are shrinking still, because obviously that takes up less space than this does.
2 hours later.
I have no idea why that stopped. No idea. Because this takes up more space, that's why you're bigger, but they weigh the same. Okay, so this was why, you know, you've got more of this, but it's smaller. Your body's still going to shrink, but the scales might still stay the same, or it's gone up. I just thought that was a really interesting way of thinking about it, because you do sort of think, well, hang on a minute, I'm bloody doing this, that, and the other. I'm doing all this bloody exercise, and yet, you know, the scales aren't saying anything. So basically, muscle is denser. It's smaller, but it's denser, so it's got more weight to it, whereas fat is bigger, but well, you know what, you wobble fat, don't you? You don't really wobble muscle, do you? So I just thought that was a useful way for me to look about it, and I thought that might be something for you to think about, especially if you're starting to exercise and then you're sort of thinking, well, hang on a minute, I'm not really noticing any kind of improvements here. What's going on? My clothes feel looser and that, but the scales aren't saying anything. That's why. Okay, and that's just a hint, a helpful little hint for people if they do want to sort of think about, well, wait a minute, why is this not working? Why do I feel like something is wrong here? I run off a logical brain, apparently, and so for me, if you do this and do this, then therefore this should happen. And when it doesn't go like that, my brain is like, but this and this equals this. Why is this not happening? That's just the way the brain goes for me. Anyways, I've not really got too much to update on, so let's just cut to the weigh-in. Hopefully this is all right. This is now going to be the second time I'm using this new set of scales. Yeah. So let's go see how I did. Right, so that's the latest. Thank you for jumping in. If you do like this, I know there wasn't a lot I covered today, but not every week's going to be busy and action-packed and everything like that. If you do like what you see, like, subscribe, comment, tell me about your own journey, how you're getting on. And yeah, so I'm now going to go for my walk. Still feeling good doing that. I have started swimming again. I'm not then making separate journeys to the gym this week because fuel. I can't justify the to and froing from the gym all the time because I don't live in the town where the gym is. So I find my own other ways of doing things, and if I just do the swimming this week, well then I just do the swimming. Anyway, folks, off for a walk. Ta-ra!
Wise Mounjaro, come on in and you can see his goofy face, arthritic knee, still living life like he's 23. But no more chips and no more cheese, his boobs alone are double D's, and he sits down when he pees. Wise Mounjaro, oh wise Mounjaro, losing weight, that's his job, so he can finally see his knob. If only he could stop shoveling food in his gob, spending hours on the bob trying to pass another law. Wise Mounjaro, oh wise Mounjaro, subscribe to him now, it'll mean a lot, so he can finally stop being a blob, so he can finally stop being such a big old hairy blob. Subscribe to him now, it'll mean a lot, so he can finally stop being a blob, so he can finally stop being such a big old hairy blob.